Hey guys, how are you? Hey guys, how are you? So just for transparency, I'm mainly streaming on TikTok, but my readings get fulfilled on YT. Can't say the full name. Hey guys, how are you? So I'm going to be starting my free yes and no. So I'm going to be doing gazing for that, which is a scrying. Hi, how are you, Jenny? How are you? So I'm going to be doing a free yes and no. So if you want to start off with your questions, I'm going to be doing that. Remember that readings are fulfilled on this side. I'm streaming on YT, but I'm doing the free yes and no on TikTok. The reason is because the censorship is really high, and readings are more relaxed on YT. All right. PDR saying, can you see my question? No, I can't. If you want to put it again. Sylvie, is Lupe thinking of you? Okay. This is weird because like what I'm seeing is kind of like it looks like a Catholic ceremony, so it kind of reminds me of like either a baptism or something like that. It's something religious, it's something church related. I don't know what that has to do with Lupe. I know you're asking if they're thinking about you. Maybe there's something they are doing with their family members. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a memory. I don't know your life. If it were a reading, I would kind of see the whole story. But this is what came to me about Lupe when you asked. So I see a woman holding a baby. All right. And it looks like a mass or something like that. Oh, you both baptized your nieces? Okay, so this could be the connection between you and Lupe then. So it was right. But what I'm saying to you is that's the connection that she feels. So that's what I'm picking up on. You understand how this works? So psychics, what we do is we look into, so clairvoyance, right? We look into energy, which is like memories. It could be thoughts, right? So if you ask about a guy and you're dating him and you just had an argument, I'm going to see the argument. You're asking about the connection between a loved one, and I saw the religious ceremony, which I guess would be the baptism. So it's what it's saying to you is the connection is there. That means yes. Okay. He was the Nino and you were the Nina. Oh, how cute. Well, what does that mean? Like godmother and godfather? Is that what that means in your language? How cute. I like that. Nice. So the answer is yes. All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you. Okay, Jenny, will Stephen ever talk to you again? All right, so I'm seeing kind of something weird. Remember, guys, this is how scrying and gazing works. It's a different type of reading. It's a different type of tool. Most of you, I'm an astrologer and a tarotist, so maybe you're used to cards. It's a bit funny the way it speaks, but here we go. So you were asking about that guy, right? What's his name? Stephen, right? Okay. So Jenny, this is the answer that I have for you. I see a guy sitting down facing forward, so I only see like his back and like a side of him here. And I'm seeing that someone hands him something like interrupts him. It reminded me of like when a person's either watching TV or in the middle of a video game, you know, and they're approached by somebody and they're like, ah, what? So it seems annoyed, it seems like disturbed. So this lets me know that this person feels kind of like annoyed, like their memory or their connection to what you're asking is like when they need a break, you know? So that's the answer that I have for you. So I guess if I break that down into a yes or no, I would say right now, no. Okay. All right, sweetheart. Sarah, am I going to find a restaurant, day job? Okay, a restaurant and day job. Okay. This is okay. I'm going to describe what I see. I see balloons on a ceiling, not the helium balloons, but I see like, you know, those rubber balloons, the cheap ones, but they're filled with helium up in the ceiling. So it reminded me of a nightclub. So, maybe a lounge. So if you're looking for work as a server or bartender or what or barback or whatever, I don't know what position, you know. You're just saying restaurant. When I think of restaurant, yeah, they're open at night for dinner, of course, but I think of daytime. This lets me know that it's something more with food and nightlife. I don't know. I don't know how that helps you. Yeah, server. Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, I'm seeing nightclub, I'm seeing lounge, maybe not nightclub because I don't it can be a lounge. I only saw a corner of the place. I would say yes, but there's balloons on the ceiling. Okay? Not a lot, just a couple. But I hope that makes sense. All right, sweetheart, thank you. So I do see a yes. And whatever you're doing, keep trying because sometimes it just means, you know, it's around the corner. All right, guys, I'm trying to get to all of you. So thank you, YT, for being on my stream. Right now I'm paying attention to TikTok. I stream on this one. It's my main focus on YT, but because this one is becoming overly censored. So my intention is to focus on YT more. You can't even say the name on this place. Anyway, I fulfill all my orders on YT, but my yes and no is done with Crystal Ball is done on TikTok. Okay, guys? So if I pay more attention to this screen, you guys know why, but I will definitely pay attention to this side as well. Okay, let's see. Ariel, is third party happy with Tyrese? So I don't want to ask it like that because the way you're asking it, you're asking if the third party's happy. Don't you want to know more about Tyrese? You see? So I can ask if Tyrese is happy. Or why don't we cut to the chase? Does Tyrese miss you in any way? All right, I'll ask that way. So I don't know if this man has a beard or grew a little bit of a beard. But I am seeing a man with his head down. He's got a beard going. Not long, but it's a beard. And he's going like this to his forehead. And there is a woman next to him who is romantically very, very into him. I would say that what I'm seeing is a man that went for this woman because what the woman was willing to do for him. Kind of like not because he's using her financially or anything like that, but he's he's liking the comfort she gives, but I don't think he's into her in that like crazy passion way. I think it's more a convenience comforting. It's weird. It's weird. He's got a lot of problems. So I would say he's not happy within himself. That's what I would say. He does not seem happy to me in general. All right, let's see. Jania, do you have a chance with Eva? Okay, so Jania, so this is a female to female attraction. Yes, sweetie? Is that what I'm asking on? I just want to make sure I ask the right question. Let me know, sweetheart. Okay, let's see. Does Corey miss you? So Noemi, does Corey miss you? So kind of weird, but I heard the name Suzanne or Susanna. I don't know why. But I heard, scrying doesn't really bring up my clear audio. When I do readings with clear audio, when I hear, it's different for me. So when I do get that little bit of clear audio when I'm gazing, it's usually very, very significant. But in case you're curious, because usually it's a very, very vocal part of readings, but not in this one. Now, to answer your question, does he miss you in any way? There's a memory of a sunset and a beach. This can be a hotel or something. It looks like a vacation. It doesn't look like one of those, like, did you vacation with him ever? The woman has her hair layered a little bit. Not curly, but like when a woman without curly hair tries to make it a little bit curly and it doesn't fully stay curly, but it gets like a nice wave. Yeah, that's just, I keep seeing the same thing, her arms around him. So if that's you, oh, yeah, it's you, Orlando. Okay, so that's the memory. I would say absolutely. Because understand, okay, hang on. Wait, hang on, Noemi. What's going on? Talk to me. Hang on. We're getting our signals crossed. Talk to me, sweetheart. What's going on? Hang on, guys. Let her talk to me a minute. Hang on. So that we can get on the same page. Noemi, talk to me. What's going on? Anyway, while you write what you were writing, I was going to tell you the reason that I oh, hey, F. Yeah, no, yeah, sure, not a problem. There's a lot of people waiting, though. I try to go in order because these aren't paid; they're free. So, don't hate. Just trying to get to everybody. Yeah, no, I'll get to you guys. Okay, no worries. You're all important, but I'm connecting with Noemi right now. Noemi, are you there? Okay, what happened in Orlando? Don't worry so much about the hair. Worry about the fact that I'm saying that I see two people in a hotel. It's not twin beds. It's one bed. It's a vacation and it's near water. Okay, so what was the Orlando part? What are you saying, that this was him with someone else, or did I confuse you when I heard the name Suzanne or Suzette? Convention? Okay. So what I wanted to tell you is, because I think you and I, what's happening between the swarm of conversation, you and I think we're getting our signals crossed a little bit. I'm not sure. So what I want to tell you is that, because sometimes people cut in and out with the connection. All I'm trying to tell you, sweetheart, is the following. This memory is very strong, or I wouldn't be able to pick up on it. So if this was significant to when you met, or this was significant very much in your story with him, then the answer to you is yes, because it's strongly picking up on, okay. So then the answer would be no, because the connection is with him and this memory. This means that he's either missing a female that he never got over, or if he doesn't know what you look like, then maybe it's him envisioning you if it's something that you talked about doing. Do you understand me? So So a lot of people don't know how scrying or gazing works. I'm going to pick up on a memory of the person you're asking about that they think about a lot. What we think people think is invisible, it's not. That's how minds can be read. You know? That's when a person has intention. When a person's confused and they don't know what to do, like when a person asks me, is this person going to propose? And that person every single day, like around maybe in the morning when they wake up or something, a couple of hours, they're constantly thinking, I don't know, I'm not sure, maybe I will. No, but no. Then when you ask a clairvoyant to read their what they want, they can't, because the person's changing. It could be. So I'm going to describe it again, okay? Because you're asking if he misses you in any way. And then I see this vision, and I'm going to describe it. I don't think he's much taller than you. I think it's just a little bit. I don't see him be like very tall. I see him be like average guy height. Anyway, I saw a hotel room. It's clearly a hotel room. And it's one bed. I would say maybe a queen. Oh, that's tall. Well, that's tall. 6'2" is tall. So then that must be you're tall. That must be that you're tall. Because in the vision that I had, he stands a little bit taller than you. Oh, okay, you are tall. Yeah, well, a lot more than average. You're not the average 5'4". 5'6" is pretty tall. Okay. Anyway. So moving along, I see that you have your arms, I believe it's you, I don't know, but you have your arms around him. And I can feel that there's water very close. So that's why I said beach or ocean or something. And this is what I saw. So if this is very important to your history, then I would say yes, he thinks of you, because that's an invested feeling. If you feel that it's not you, the answer is no. The answer is that then he's thinking about someone he's not over. But again, if you have a phone relationship, guys are visual. They're going to imagine something. They're going to envision the way you look. They play it out in their head, just like women do. You know, what you're going to look like, what it's going to be when you first meet eye to eye. You know? Okay, honey. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, guys. Okay, let's see. F, you had a question for me, sweetheart. Miriam, is it on Idris's mind to do your ceremony by December? Oh, I remember you. Okay. So the ceremony is on their mind. But I can't, I really, on the yes and no thing that I do, I don't give timelines, sweetheart. But yes, the intention is yes, that they do want. Hey, Sophie, how are you? Is there a wait list for the reading? No, not really. I do have people that booked. I have a couple of love readings that people bought. Those are not the 25 tarot. Those are the larger love reads. But they haven't shown up. So right now, no. Right now, there is no wait. I'm going to be streaming for a little bit. It's not a long stream tonight. Sometimes I do many hours. Sometimes I do short ones. But yes, my list is open. My tarot starts at 25. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Aren't you the one that started the new job? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Remember guys, if you booked a reading with me and you show up ready to fulfill it, you gotta let me know. Okay, because I'm streaming on a couple places and yeah, I gotta pull up my orders and stuff, okay? I won't know. I'll be like in my own la la land. Okay. Okay, let's see. No. F, no. I don't skip anybody, sweetheart. No. You know, what happens is when I'm doing the free yes and no, I get a lot of questions come in. And then sometimes I'll be talking to one person that I'm answering the question to, and then it'll kind of trip up everybody else on the stream. So then I won't be able to follow. Oh, I see. I didn't mean to. I think I got to her though, right? I think I got to the one that said I skipped her, I think. Oh no, wait, is that it? Oh, go ahead, sweetheart, put your question. All right, guys, I'm seeing Diana. Give me his sign, sweetheart. You know, like just his main horoscope sign. Okay, let's see. Julie. Do you see Jonathan coming home? If you're asking because he has, some kind of legal problem, you got to be clear with that. What do you mean by coming home? Is it military? Is it because, some kind of legal issue? A visa issue, stuff like that. You got to be clear. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, so you're asking if the Capricorn will... No, wait a minute. That one was... Well, Diana, you're saying Capricorn, right? Will the Capricorn ever reach you again? Okay. This is interesting. It shows that he's messing with something that reminds me of a drone. Sometimes it's not drones, and sometimes they're into their hobbyists, and they're into those, what do you call them? Not the RC cars, but the RC helicopters. It's a guy toy, I guess. But all I'm saying to you is I see him playing with it sounds so weird, playing with a toy. You know what I mean? He's indulging in one of his hobbies. So this is very disconnected. So this means that the person's focus is not love stuff. Very immature kind of thing. Not because he's enjoying hobbies, but because I just see this disconnect. So I would say no. One second here. Sophia, is the chapter closed with Gemini guy after you chose the Libra man? Let's see. Is the chapter closed with the Gemini? All right. I wouldn't say the chapter is closed, but do you remember the reading gave instructions to prevent something? So there's two different ways to look at something. When you've gotten a reading on it and you've gotten divinatory insight, it's different than asking the question and stopping it at the concept that you're bringing up. So is this, is the connection over versus what was told long term? So maybe there's a misunderstanding there. Yeah. So in other words, I'm saying if in the vision, in the gazing, I'm seeing the connections not finished, but in other words, the door's not closed. But in the actual reading, I remember something of I don't remember the details, but I know that it gave you direction and insight into both scenarios, like what the advice was. Okay, let's see. Nora, is the Cancer missing you a lot? So I do believe this person has had some kind of maybe drink binge. One second. Yeah, I do believe that this person has had a drink binge. One second, I block people that are whining and stuff with capital letters and whining. I'm doing this for free. I don't owe anybody jack shit. I'm doing this to be helpful. So get with the program or take your thumb and scroll by, because I'm doing this to be nice. I don't put up with that. I'm sorry, this isn't kindergarten. Like, for real. I'm doing this to be helpful. If you want to push somebody, book a reading or get out. I don't care. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the one that's rude, saying, they've been asking questions for almost an hour now. Really? Oh, sorry. Okay. So let me explain what I was saying to you. The one that you were asking about, right? Let me tell you about the vision. So one second. So let me find the person that I was talking to. BB, right? Yes. He's asking. It's the I'm talking about BB the Cancer. So I see a guy throwing up. It's gross. He's, obviously this has to do with drinking. I don't know how that connects to your story, but that's what I'm seeing. So a person, when they get physically ill, at first I thought it was like a food allergy or something like that. No, it has to do with drinks. So again, I realize you're asking about the Cancer. I don't know if that's the person you're asking about, but that's what I saw. So this is an indicator that the person seems troubled, or the person, they're just not in a good place. All right. And I mean, they'll be all right, it seems, but just, yeah. So I hope that helps, because that's what I saw. All right. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. So I'm trying to get to everybody. There's no order or anything like that. It's just what, I try to go in order, because I'm just, trying to be helpful, trying to include everybody. But there's no obligation on your end and no obligation on my end, all right? All right. Thank you so much, Nora. I appreciate your question. So I do see Jaya asking real quick, but 1 second, because I did see Kieta and Alicia. So I saw those. So I go with the one I see the first, which I try to do it in order. Kieta, will you make more money this month? Okay, sweetheart, let me ask. Kieta. So I see something completely unrelated to your question, and sometimes that happens. That that old saying, what you need to know, right? So I guess you need to know this. So this is comforting a relative. I believe there could be some bad news in the relative family circle, because there's one person kind of like mourning something, and the other person comforting them. So that's what I saw. So obviously that takes preference over the question you're asking. You were not in the vision. It seems like they were two people older than you. All right, let's see. Going to the next one. So Jaya was after. Should you cut off the connection with Jenna? Okay. Okay, so I do see a dog wagging its tail, very friendly. I believe the dog is a mix because I don't see the breed very distinguishable. So it's a mix. Usually when there's like a pure pedigree or something, it's very, very obvious. And there's a man leaning forward petting the dog. Now, let me explain what this means in the vision that I'm seeing. I don't mean what it means symbolically, like when you see a man and a dog. That's not what I mean. This doesn't work that way. Dreams work that way, but not gazing. This is particular vision to what's going to happen in your story. You're asking about Jenna's connection. So it seems like it's not over, the connection. So that means that at some point it will pick up. But it seems like she's going to be entertaining the company of people that will not like you and have bad intentions towards her. And you're going to see that and she's not. And this is going to cause conflict. You understand? So, issue on the horizon with the friendship. Okay? Just to let you know. Or connection. All right, let's see. Hey guys, if you guys booked a reading with me, let me know so that I can... you're welcome. Thank you so much. So again, I'm trying to get to everyone's questions. Sometimes it's helpful if you post it. I don't see that as spamming. I see that as being helpful. What I do find annoying is when someone tells me off or demands something in capital letters. I think it's rude. But I don't mind that you write it 1,000 times because it just lets me see it. And I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Nalia, it's damn hard to sit there and I imagine on the texting side, on the the viewer side, to sit there and type something in time for my eyeballs to dart at it. So yeah, I don't blame you. Spam away. I like it. It's just please don't use caps and be rude. All right. So let's see. I see Nalia. Will Diego reach out this month? He's a Taurus. Okay. So Nalia, Diego. I see a man with a child. It's a boy. The boy had a little backpack on. So if he's an uncle visiting his nephew, if he's a father, or if he's, friends with someone that has children, I don't know, but this is what I see. So this also, I don't see him in any kind of romantic setting with anyone. So this can be a part of his life you don't know about, or this can also be, something that you do know about, but it also, explains where he's connected lately, where his mind has been. Some people take a break of the old hustle bustle of work and home, and sometimes they go hang out with somebody they haven't hung out with in a while, and it kind of interrupts the energy. So I don't know what that means for you, but that's what I saw. Okay, let's see. Alexandra, will Yaya Capricorn contact you this month? Alexandra. Is Yaha a romantic connection? I'll ask anyway, okay? But it sounds, like a business question or something. Well, they contact you for the sale or something. Okay, so let me ask about Yaha Capricorn. Well, it seems romantic. So this person lies about their money problems. Just be aware. Maybe they're embarrassed, they're entitled to it. But I don't like it. They at least have to be honest with something. A little bit. You could be private and reserved, but to completely just withhold that information when you're starting something, that's not okay. You know, I can understand somebody doesn't want to bring somebody else into it and all of that. I get it. But the silence and all of that, the hidden, I don't like that. I don't like his energy. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Christy, is MWJ falling for you? Okay. This person has a fantasy type of crush on someone that is not local to them. I don't know if they're overseas. They're online. The connection is online. I don't feel that it's something they can just drive to in a couple of hours and be home by lunch. I feel that it's someone that's farther away. So there is this investment of fantasy and interest in this female. So that's just to let you know. They're not happening. It's in his thoughts. Is Jeremy done for good? Okay, with the relationship. Okay, Alicia. Yeah, give me a minute. I'm trying to. It seems like this man is visiting. His mother's head is on his shoulder. I believe that's his mother. I don't know. She has short hair, and you could obviously very, very much golden aged female. So she's definitely in her golden age. And it seems like they are waiting for something in line. They're sitting though, but they're waiting for something. And he feels like he's already making arrangements. He's already started a new life. As at least the technical part of it. Like maybe a new place to live, or maybe it's a new job or something. It's like the life is different. There's been choices that have made things different. He seems alone. I don't know how that helps you, but there's definite distance. There's definite, he's bitter about love. He feels closed off. Like almost like survival mode, like, you know, he's not like of the mindset of, oh, let's find new love in the world. Let's go find what fish there are in the sea. Not like that. It's more like, more survival mode. Very bitter, very closed off, really sad mixture. I would think there's still love feelings, but there's a lot of traumatic stuff. I don't know what it would take to repair. That would be a reading. I can't give you that information to know what it would take or if it's possible, but there is at the core still a lot of love. There's a lot of ice above that. So I don't know how that helps you, sweetheart. Hopefully it did. Okay, let's see. Trinity, will Quentin and you end up in a serious relationship? Okay. I don't like to use the word end up because, I'm picky when I ask my questions to spirit. Because end up means a final answer and it's set in stone and that's done and that's it. Everything is a work in progress, Everything takes caring for it and tending to it so it stays wonderful, anything in life that's important. So I'd rather just, are you headed that way? Or will you get into one? I don't know if you'll stay there, but will you get into one? Okay, so Quentin and Trinity. It's strange, but I kind of see, I assume it's New York. New York is there, and it seems like it's something more like travel or memory or something. I don't know why, but there's something very connected, meaningful that is shared here between these two people. So him and her, hopefully it's you. New York is in the middle. So it's like when a man is and a woman is here, and then New York is shown. So an entire state. So I don't know if New York is an important place for you guys. But this is what I'm seeing. So if it's not, then it's where he's headed, or that's what matters to him. Something there, something he's chasing that's there. But if it's you, then a memory you had or something important that you have in your past, yeah, I would say it's anchored there. So that's why it shows it that way. Okay, Soul, does Ed have feelings for you? I see him very passive, very passé. If you give him warm meals or attention or kisses or comfort, he'll take it. But I don't see him like absolutely filled with this, like, oh my God, she's the one. I have to put her on a pedestal. I'm in love. I don't see that from him. I see him just, whatever is easy and facilitated for him. I would blame it sometimes on style, because some personalities are like that. But honestly, the way it feels to me, he just doesn't have the momentum that he has to have. So I would say that you would have a friends with benefit situation with him. I don't see that he's going to be step up to plate and be what you need. But you can try, because I could see the care. Okay, I hope that helps. But that one was very clear. Let's see. Hey guys. If you go, oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for your question and your patience. Okay, let's see. If any of you ordered a reading, let me know. I do have some people that booked. I think I'm gonna hop off and let them know so that I can get the reading going. All right, let's take a couple of questions. Hey guys on this side. Hey YT. Let's see. Oliuboob Aranese. I'm sorry, sweetie, I didn't say the name right. Olu. Maybe it's in a different language. So Oluebueb Aranese. Please help me pronounce that. It sounds really pretty. Hi, sweetheart. I think you're waiting for a question. Let's see. Aisha's asking about Ashmat Asari. Does he have love feelings? All right, guys. If you can tell, I'm doing the questions. Oh, Miracle. How do you pronounce that? What language is it in? Is it Yoruba or Hausa? Is it West African? Igbo. Oh, it's in Igbo. So it's in Yoruba. So Olwe Bube, right? Olwe Bube. Is that how you say it? I want to make sure I say it right. Oh, hi Aisha. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Not a problem, sweetheart. What was your question? Let's see. Oh, yeah, I see. But I just wanted to see how you say that. Olu, right? Olue, bube. Nice, very beautiful. Okay, you don't have a TikTok and you want me to ask. Okay, I just don't see your question. Let me go up here and ask. Let's see. So this one is, does Ahmad Ashari, does she have feelings for you? Okay. Okay, no worries. 1 second, I'll ask for you, okay, guys? And then I got to get back to TikTok because there's a bunch of questions here that I have to answer. Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. So this one is, does he have feelings for you? I just want to make sure I'm getting the pronouns right because you guys there's a language barrier, I think. Okay. Okay, Aisha, I'm going to ask about Ashari. No, there are this person can be very, very sweet and change and be very, very angry. I would say be aware, long term and trust. Be very careful, little by little. I do see a person having a very short temper. All right. So this one was for Aisha. Hey, how are you? Oh, how do I? Oh, I don't know how to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a language barrier. I'm trying to explain it. There are feelings. Yes, there are feelings, but I'm telling you to be aware because this person has very variable anger issues. So you have to watch it with the temper. But I would say yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Remember, I'm doing free questions on TikTok right now. Okay, guys, and then I do my readings on this one. I gotta switch over. If you guys want to switch over, I'll do your questions. Okay, let's see. Is your crush interested? So this is for Jossie, right? I hope I said the name right. No, they're not interested yet, but you can gain their interest. I don't know if it's going to fly off the handle with interest. Might be slow paced. I do see a friendship though. Hyacinth, will Dwayne come back to you? Minimally, there could be something cordial in the future between both of you. Keeping it cordial. I don't see it rekindling. No, I don't. It doesn't mean it's not possible, but naturally, no. That means there would have to be a crazy amount of effort, and even then, I don't know. I'd have to look at that one for the rekindling part. But the part that I'm telling you is to address your question. I hope that helps. Let's see. Christish, right? No, wait. Krish. Wait. KT Rish. Wait, no. I know there's Okay, you got to help me on this one. It's a tongue twister. I know Trish. Trish, definitely. But K-Trish, I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Okay. Let's see. Are you meant to be where you are, or should you move back home? Well, the reason that I'm not going to be able to answer that one, I'll still give you a message, but I'm not going to be able to answer that question because that's a very huge weight. I would have to look to astrology. That's why I'm an astrologer. I mean, you can do a deep tarot reading for career. We can do it that way. But astrology is my language for, long-term future stuff. That's why I'm an astrologer. So you're asking, about destiny. Am I meant to be here? See, tarot is great to find out what's going on in people's heads, what's going on with the big picture, the contract, the court case, the relationship. Wonderful. But you're asking deep questions that are years into the future. What are you meant to do? I'd have to run a vocational chart. I'll tell you what your path is in your career and what to watch out for. Anyway, I'm going to give you a message anyway, but please understand, okay? All right. So let's see. Carla. Okay, so I see people in a meeting room, kind of like a conference room. And I believe you're the one that's sitting by the door, at least where the door opens, I believe. I believe that's the doorway. I can't see the door, but I'm assuming that's where it is. There's a man leaning over you for a second, pointing something out. There's people on the sides of the tables. Like I said, it reminds me of like a conference, something like that. Well, if you do this for a living, it indicates to stay at what you're doing. If you're aiming for this type of job, you're in the right direction. But if you, if you're in it and you don't want to be in it, it's still showing the same thing. So this means stay where you're at. Talk to me. What does this mean to you? The conference room I'm seeing. It's not a reading, so I need to find out what the client, what the reading mean, what the message means. The vision, in other words. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so you are successful, you're just not happy. Where you're where you need to be, but let me ask you something. Are you not happy because why are you not happy? Is it because of your personal life or because of the glass ceiling? Because I see a very busy job. Is it because of the position or the clout or the glass ceiling or the pay? I mean, it's got to be something has you unhappy. What is it? Is it because you're not using it, like your skills? Is that what it is? Okay. Okay. I mean, I can do. I tell you what. My astrology. A lot of people, they get scared of astrology because they seem like it's so complicated. A lot of people just turn away from it, and they love cards. I don't offer any free card reads, but if you're willing, if you want something free, I guess, if you don't want to buy an astrology reading, my feed has a series going on that are free. People reply, and I'm doing a Vertex series, which is a spiritual ascendant. A lot of people don't know what that is. You know how you have your sun sign in astrology? Do you know at least about the sun sign? Like if you're a Taurus or an Aries, depending on where you were born. Wait, I left the window open and I see a little buggy bug flying. Where'd you come from? My cat will eat you. You better run, little fly. Not a fly, it's a little another little flying bug. Yeah. Okay. So there are different points in astrology that talk about destiny, and then some of them shine a light on career. So when you look for the love life or health or family or whatever, there's different areas to look at. And when you run vocational professional readings, you focus just on that. Where will the person excel? Where can the person have a difficult time? And so forth. Um, I have different series. Oh, okay, yeah. So a Sagittarius sun with a Capricorn moon. Okay. That's good. That's good that you know your sun sign and your moon sign. It's even better if you know your ascendant, which it's the where the sun was crowning or the horizon point when you were born. So before it started shining super bright in your sign of Sagittarius, it had to crown on the horizon. So that was you first, which is the ascendant. But the most important is the sun that's shining. Although online they'll tell you it's something else. There's always some new pop astrology crap. Anyway, all three are important. But I'm just saying, that's good that you know those identities. But if you have me look at your natal chart a little bit, all I'm saying to you is, we can take a look and see what your destiny is with your career. Even though it's not a full chart, that'll tell you the whole story. But I do offer some of those if you want to participate. So I do a lunar series. I take a deep look at your moon. I do a vertex series, which is the spiritual ascendant. It's part of it's one of the highest points a person accomplishes in their life, the vertex, although you can read that in many different ways. And then there's the three identities. Anyway, I'm going to give you an answer. I know I already gave one with the but give me a minute because, give me a minute and see if you're Gemini rising. Okay, but remember, it can't be what mom remembered. Okay? Can't be what mom remembered. It's got to be totally from your from the timestamp at the hospital. Don't worry about the cesarean or anything like that. Just worry about the timestamp. Okay, so let me see something a minute, sweetheart. Okay. Okay, so this talks a great deal about leadership, the creativity that comes from being the one that organizes the projects, the creativity that comes from creating the composite, creating the structure. This is very leadership. This is very administrative, but not just plug in and follow the rules and get your golden stickers, but this is where the person coordinates. Like I said, this isn't a reading on career. It's just giving an idea here. It seems to me that you have to switch where you're at based on this reading. I'm just taking a quick look, but it's significant enough for me to let you know and evaluate that you do need to change. You do need to switch. There's been a couple of opportunities that you have missed because you yourself talk yourself out of it. You're afraid to. You're not one to take a gamble, I guess. You think things through very much, which is good, but it also holds you back. So overthinking can also, be the robber of time. This explains that you want, that what you need is room for creativity and for being the one that organizes. So it's not so much operations and logistics, but more the administrative side, because you want the creativity and you need the space, not just following directions and, doing your job well. So you do need to pursue things where you can thrive. What do you do for a living? Geminis are usually very technical in what they do. Usually it's very technical oriented, oriented. So like medicine, computers, data analysis, numbers. Geminis are very usually methodical in what they do. A lot of reading, interpreting, Yeah. So so if you, I mean, they're ruled by Mercury, but they're not the planners and organizers that Virgos are. They're the doers and the communicators of the logic, and that's more Gemini. Um, yeah, so like journalism, reporting, things like that is also very Gemini, you know. They're storytellers in a really good way. So yeah, of course, that's definitely. Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. You do need creativity and you do need change. I will tell you, Sagittarius Sun. It's interesting. Most Sagittariuses are not all of them, but most of them. So this is would be Sun and Rising, Moon as well, but in a different way with the Moon. A lot of Sages were either born in another country and had to leave and make a life in a new place, or maybe it's a town that their whole family had a history in and they had to, when they were little, leave it. And a lot of times it's when, if they live their life very stable in one place, one day they up come and go, and they end up doing the opposite later. So it's going to be one or the other. So from the time they're babies, they leave their natural place and grow up in a different place, or as an adult they end up just wanting to leave and they start a new life somewhere adventurous. So Sagittarius does need change and travel. They're ruled by Jupiter. They always are chasing the excitement. They always need to chase. In a way, they take a gamble. Being anchored in one place burns them out. They like stability, but they see a lot of opportunity, and it feels like their wings are clipped if they don't go do it. And they're always chasing. They look at people and say, "Oh my God, why? If you could be making 3 times what you're making, what are you doing?" So that's very Sag. They kind of see opportunity where other people don't, and there is a leadership quality. You're ruled by Jupiter. You're going to make your own rules. So a lot of these things can crush on Jupiter energy, on Sagittarius energy. So that balance is difficult. Where Gemini will think about it, they're not sure. They're a little bit slower pace. They got to internalize it. They got to be sure. They don't want to take the gamble. They'd rather be safe. They're not sure. And then sometimes they end up just pushing themselves in a direction they shouldn't. And that depends, on the moon. But you have a really good balance there. But like I said, I really wouldn't know what your destiny is unless I kind of looked at your natal chart, which is, that's very important because it's all there. But yes, I can already tell you change is what's going to bring you relief. I don't know if it's going to give you a better result in some things financially, but it will give you emotional relief, change. Thank you so much, sweetheart. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Thank you so much for your free yes and no. I appreciate it. If you guys booked with me, let me know. I will fulfill the order. I do have a couple of people that booked already, but I haven't seen them pop in, so I will text them, I guess, or they will text me. You can always text the shop if you buy a reading. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye. Have a good one. Love and light. Thank you so much, YouTube, for asking. Let's see. Bargavi Sonawan is asking a question. Yes, go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead. Ask the question. As long as it's appropriate. We get a lot of trolls on here. Go ahead. How Lokesh is as a person? You mean like are they good or bad? Are they trustworthy or not trustworthy, you mean? Is that what you're asking? Okay. It seems like Lokesh is a person that wants to, she is a person that wants to succeed. She's a person that wants to be victorious and successful in their job. But you have to be careful because they're willing to do whatever it takes for them, for themselves. So yes, they're kind and good, but you have to be careful because if they need to do something for themselves and use someone to get higher up in their life, they will. So there is a warning with that. Okay? So they're good, but you got to watch the level of trust. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great evening, and I'll be back.